Well, welcome back to the Two Tone Report. I'm Ryan Smith. Guy right above me is Ethan Jacobs. It's official. Well, I guess. Anyways, new Titans logo, according to A to Z Sports and Fanatics for the little fuck up they had on the what was it? Was it a dog toy? Dog toy football? Is that what
Yeah,
it was?
dog toy, kids toy, something like that.
That's pretty swag as hell, man. New Titans logo. You can see it on your right, my left. It looks better than what I think the expectation was, especially for me with like the renderings that we saw. And we talked about this, yesterday. It looks better than the renderings, but still, I think I like the old one better.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It looks really good on a helmet.
It
Uh,
does.
it doesn't look as flat. I think in the stadium renderings, it was just all white and plain, and it just was like it was gonna be upsetting if that's what it was, because that
Yeah.
was that was a Cracker Barrelification of a logo if there ever was one, and I was like, whoa, this doesn't look so bad.
No.
Uh, and especially with like it being larger on the helmet, I think it looks pretty good. Am I gonna miss the flame? Of course. Look, I've been an advocate for the flame.
Yeah.
People are pretending that like some people are just now liking it. I have been a defender of the flame for years, years. I was one of the ones, man. That was me. But you know, it is what it is. People are gonna hate. People don't like change. So yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. Do you like it on the helmet much more than you did? You
Yes.
know?
Yeah. I think it's just like you said, and I think we both talked about it. It's like when you looked at the renderings of it, it was just like, man, this is the new logo. You had a lot of different options. Obviously, keeping the flame. I know there was some stuff going around with potentially the sword going through the logo, which would have been sick as hell, by the way. But looking at it now, looking at the logo now with the colors and on the helmet, especially because this isn't the actual helmet. This is just a fan mock up, pretty much with the colors and things like that. So I think
It's
this was the
speculative, but to be
yeah,
honest, this is really the only way I think they're gonna
yeah.
go. It's not like there's like, oh, it could be anything. Like there's like two options, and well, there's like a million options, but the rest of them look
This is the only
horrible.
realistic one
Yeah, this is the
because it's like
realistic option.
I guess I mean like what else are you gonna do? I don't think if somebody had made like a where the main color of the helmet was baby blue and the red.
hmm
I gotta be
I
honest with
liked
you.
I liked the baby blue,
I think they
but
both look bad.
nah, the baby blue looks good. Baby blues, because that's what the Oilers helmets were for a period of time. They were baby blue.
That doesn't
So
mean they
it's
look
like,
good. I just don't think they look all that good.
I like them, but it's definitely the white.
Yeah,
I mean, the white is, if I were to pick one, it'd be the white helmet.
but I think we
And
can both agree that the red would be dead last. That was fucking ugly.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was bad.
Well, if I were to pick an order of colors, it would be white, and then there's a silver one, just because I think that's a throwback as well, and then baby blue, and then red. So, and let's just be honest, there's a large, huge, big
It's
step
a
from
huge
one to
gap.
two. So, I mean,
Yeah,
a Grand Canyon between the both of them. The white is the cleanest looking, best looking, most iconic, timeless, sticks with the logo, looks beautiful. Let's roll with it.
yeah. Like we both said. I think this just it just looks better with on the helmet and especially speaking of the logo. Um, and with the white helmet as well, just because of the contrast between the outlining red and the you know white actual main part of the helmet. I think that just looks better. I'm curious to kind of see what the uniforms will actually be. I think this kind of just aligns with everything that everybody's been saying that they're probably going to come out with this in the span of the next, month. I would be kind of surprised. I don't really know what the expectation. I'm curious what you say. The expectation that they might come out with it before free agency starts or maybe after. At the very least, they're going to do it before the draft because they have to have the jerseys and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I don't really know the timeline or I don't know what the expectation of a timeline would be. I guess I think the Falcons were the last one you said, right? That had this sort of like jersey redesign that went live. I can't remember what their uh
Well, we've got the Rams that are redoing it, and we've got the Falcons that are redoing it. There's another team that's also redoing their jerseys and logo, but uh,
Wait, the
I think
Falcons
the
are
only
doing it
one,
again? The Falcons are
the
redoing their jerseys
logo,
again?
I
Oh, no,
think,
just the
yeah, yeah,
logo.
no, 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 yeah, the Falcons are redoing their jerseys. That's the thing. It's the
Yeah, they probably
jerseys that
should.
change.
I think we talked about
Um,
this on the first one, but they probably should
but
do
I,
that.
I
It's kind
think
of
they're
ugly.
the only team that has officially teased it, like through their Twitter.
Okay.
Every other team, like the Titans, had this leaked.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks, Fanatics.
yeah, Fanatics being great at their job as always. The worst company to ever infiltrate sports ever. Awesome.
I think is it worse? I mean, like with it being on a dog toy too, or like the kids' toy, or
Yeah,
what?
come
Because
on,
that looked like a dog toy. I mean,
come
like
on,
I feel like if you're gonna release it, at least do it to where it's like a hoodie or
one,
something.
two,
Because then it'd be
one,
sick as
two,
hell. But it's on
two.
a dog toy, and it's kind of cringe as fuck.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun way to find out. I was on Twitter, excuse me, and I was just like, "Who found this?" When I saw it, I was like, "Who was looking through this and found it this way?" This is a Friday night. I was like,
Just
"Okay, well,
searching through
I'm glad you
Fanatics.
did, but geez, nothing else to do with your life, I guess."
Yeah, I think I don't know who reported it first, but I saw it was the Locked On Titans. He had posted. I saw a video that he posted too, where he's like, "I don't know why y'all are hating. This looks fire as fuck." Not those words specifically, but like this looks fire. I'm like,
Yeah, he's a huge advocate for the flameless logo. Um, I don't know why. He said that it doesn't look good on a helmet. I think his whole shtick is that it's not symmetrical. Uh,
it's got
to me,
OCD.
yeah, maybe it's a thing like that. Maybe I don't know. To me, it's just like half the logos in the NFL aren't symmetrical. I can
Yeah,
think of almost all of them are not symmetrical, and they are some of them are storied franchises, some are not. It doesn't really change any. I think
yeah.
that's his whole thing. He's just like the best teams have like iconic timeless logos. Having non-symmetrical logo isn't timeless, and I'm like, bro, the Eagles have won 2 Super Bowls and they've got a non-symmetrical logo. What about the Ravens? Like what? Like there's just a bunch of teams. Like literally think of any team, and they don't have it.
I think we're
Um,
also referring to teams that have been, a franchise since the NFL started.
yeah,
I mean, literally, you think about. I'm sure he's referring to the Packers as well, Chiefs, things like that. And even the Chiefs aren't even
Colts.
symmetrical. The Colts. It's like those have all been franchises significantly longer than what the Titans, specifically the Titans. I know we're gonna go
Yeah, I
back
was
to the
gonna say
Oilers and
like
things, but
because the Oilers,
specifically the
Derek,
Titans.
the Oil Derek was symmetrical.
Yeah,
I mean, it was, and so that was nice to see. I just, it's always weird when I look at these renderings, and I know I just went off on a different tangent, but like, I always need to see it on uniform first,
yeah,
like before it's like I'm really into it. But the smaller logo, well, I get okay. So they're definitely increasing the size of the logo for
they
sure
have to.
on the helmet. They have to. I
Yeah,
just feel like
make like a smaller thumbtack on the on the side of the helmet would just look awful.
yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, well, they're not going to call it the thumbtack anymore." It's like they literally didn't change it. It's the same T. It's just the thumbtack now instead of
Yeah,
the flaming thumbtack. It's like, "Oh, well, we used to get made fun of." Like, who cares?
I don't think
I
that's the only
never
thing the Titans got made fun of for, but
Yeah,
okay.
it's like there's plenty of other things we got made fun of for. The flaming T was probably not the most major one. It was probably everything else that accounted for the flaming T to be targeted. Because
It's
what solves everything, and no one was complaining when the Titans were, the number one seed in the AFC. We were winning games. That's what changes stuff.
yeah.
And that's all. We talked about this on the phone. Whether you like it or not, Titans fans, which I genuinely think if you're looking to this image to our left, I guess you're right on my left, um, and you think that's a bad looking helmet or logo, I don't know what to tell you. It's literally just the Oilers helmet with the Titans logo on it. Um,
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, here's one thing that you have to look forward to. It doesn't matter. Your team's going to continue to play. And if you don't want to watch your team because you don't like the new logo they got, then I don't know.
I
Shove it
don't
up your
think
ass. I don't care.
I don't think anybody's gonna stop watching, especially
I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff where people are genuinely like whining about it.
I'm
It's
sure
pretty crazy.
it's the loud minority that's gonna be saying that, but it's just
Of course.
I think I don't know, and you had talked about it yesterday whenever we were talking about it on the phone that this is kind of reminiscent, the Vanderbilt recently switching their logo over, which I
Yes.
didn't realize this whenever we were talking about it that whenever they switched over from the star and the old V, to just the V that they had that secondary logo with the star on it. The one with the
Looks
star
sick.
looks sick. It looks
Yeah, it
amazing.
looks awesome.
The one with the V, it looks okay. It's just
The
it's
the
fine.
old block V didn't look good. The star made it look like a solid
Yeah.
logo. That looked like a classic historic logo.
Could you
Did we
imagine?
suck ass? Yes. So that's why it was bad. But it was still a pretty solid logo.
Could you imagine just that block V? Like how they have it now, like how they have the
Oh
logo now,
god.
but just that block
It's
V
so
on
bad.
the side of the helmet. That
I
would be
think the
the
block
worst looking
V
helmet I'd ever seen. I think they would be better off going to like the Ohio State where it's just you don't even have the logo on the side.
yeah, just let's freaking put a black helmet on him and just let him roll.
Literally.
But yeah, I'm getting similar feelings for this a little crossover here. Whenever Vanderbilt unveiled their new logo, it's literally just like kind of a thicker V with no star around it. It's kind of like, oh, why everyone loves the star? It's literally the same conversation. It's like, why are we removing the star? And it's like, okay, you know what solved everyone from stopping whining
Diego
about like
Pavia.
that?
Diego
Yeah,
Pavia saved Vanderbilt logo football.
Diego, seventh round Pavia brought him back. Heisman
Diego
runner up.
5'8" Pavia.
He's 5'9".
My fault.
He's 5'9".
My fault.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the only team that ever won anything other than basketball and baseball was bowling, and
Swag
like
as hell,
baseball was
man.
the only sport that really did anything consistently. Then football came around, and as soon as we got this block V, this new logo,
Yeah.
no one cared about it anymore. It's going to be the same thing. If the Titans are halfway decent team, Cam Ward looks like to be a solid prospect. We draft well. We continue to coach well. No one's going to say a freaking word. And guess what? If they do, again, just get over it. Get
Yeah.
over it.
It's going to be something where I think people kind of look back and about, towards the end of the year or maybe when the jerseys come out and things like that. It's like, yeah, this looks a lot better. This looks a lot better than what when it first came out and like originally what we originally thought because you kind of see that over time with like some of these newer logos and
Hmm.
jerseys minus the Falcons jerseys that I don't know what they were thinking there. I guess I do kind of understand it because it's got that like fading gradient from like the red to the black.
Hot
It was
take. I didn't hate them. I
no, they
never
weren't
disliked them.
bad, but it's just when you that looked more like an XFL jersey
It
than an
definitely
NFL
was a
jersey.
bit out there for such a, cool and easy color scheme to make look nice. I feel like there was one way to mess it up where I guess some people hate it. I didn't mind it. That was the way to do it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Like it seems like it's pretty easy to especially when you have good color schemes and that was something else I wanted to talk about especially with we kind of figured everybody speculated I know we've had videos on it and things like that where it's like yeah they're gonna go back to the Oilers colors they're gonna go back to the Oilers colors like when you have a good colorway like I guess Tennessee does now and even before I like the two-tone blue but when you have a good colorway like the Falcons I think the Saints look sick as hell with that like I guess I don't even know bronzish gold. I guess is what I'd call it. Either way, like when you think of the Saints, that's the color that pops in your head. Arizona has a really good color scheme. I think even the Jets, to a certain extent,
Cowboys,
have a good one. The Cowboys do with the you know blue or like the
Baltimore.
navy and blue, and silver, Baltimore with the purple and gold.
Seattle.
A lot of really good color schemes. It's easy to make good uniforms, but then for whatever reason, a lot of these franchises just like to make the ugliest fucking things ever. Like
It's true.
I remember whenever they were doing the color rush uniforms in
Jaguars,
this,
little baby blue yellow, dude. Come
that was
on.
awful. I think the Titans, Titans, the Titans Jaguars Thursday night game was probably one of the worst uniform combinations ever because
Come
you just
on,
had,
man.
well, dude, it's like the baby blue color rush for Titans, which doesn't look that bad. I think if you pin it against somebody without, shit green or like shit yellow, you
I don't even
know,
know what color that was for the Jags. Like
awful.
being what is your least favorite uniform in the NFL? I have mine immediately. It's kind of on the nose. Mine's
Uh,
the Jags. I've always
Are we
hated
talking
the
about? Oh,
Jags
we're talking about
uniform.
like the base uniform. I thought you were talking about like all the uniforms. I was gonna say I think it was like the Packers or the Steelers
No. Base
alternates, like
uniforms. Base
alternates.
uniforms.
Base uniforms. Ugh, hold on.
Mine has to be the Jags. Like I'm gonna talk for a second while you're thinking here.
Yeah,
I hate those colors. It's not even like a Jags thing. Look, I'll compliment the Colts jerseys, iconic. They're just white and blue. Like they're timeless. Houston, it's dark blue and red. Who can really hate on those? Like it's not my favorite. I think it's pretty boring, but it's not like I'm like, oh, those are awful. Every time I see a Jags uniform that isn't from like the 90s, because those some of those throwbacks where they have the Jaguar on the shoulder, they look pretty
yeah, the one
good.
they came out with this year, like
But
started
like
wearing back.
I still hate the colors. I still think they're awful colors. I just think it's cool because it's old. It's the same thing. Like it just is like it's like oh my god. Like I couldn't imagine having to buy that jersey and wear that around. And I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
like
tough.
I swear I'm not trying to hate. I think the Jags are a pretty good team right now. Liam Cohen's leading them some stuff. They seem to be fun to watch. I hate them because they're in my division, but I think their just jerseys are disgusting. It's just how it is.
The one that keeps coming back to me are the Rams, specifically like the new design. I know they're coming out with new jerseys like this year, like you said, but I don't know, man. You think about like the St. Louis Rams and when they first moved back to LA, the navy blue and kind of the similar brownish gold to what the Saints have. That was cool. I liked that. What they have now with like the brighter like almost royal blue and the yellow that they have.
Isn't it trying to be Dodger blue? Isn't that the thing?
I think so. Either way, a lot of those blues kind of stick together in the same way. When you see them, like take a glance at them, they kind of look all the same, like Dodger blue, like the royal blue, and things like that. But for me, I don't know, man. Whenever they rebranded to the new logo and the new uniforms, that was kind of the start of like the minimalistic shit that a lot of these teams started to do with the Titans too. Which, by the way, I did want to talk about this, and I kind of forgot the point. I think this redesign might be one of the laziest I've seen because they literally just took the flame away and then redid the color scheme. It probably took some of these people about like 5 minutes to do.
I've had a few thoughts about that, but
It's
I'll let
it's
you finish your sentence.
it's really lazy in my eyes, but just because lazy doesn't mean doesn't have to look good, and it still does look good. But going back to the jersey thing, I don't know, man. It's just I liked the old Rams uniform and logo. And like I said, it was just that start of the everybody going really minimalistic whenever they rebrand and relogo. Because you think about like I loved the old like cartoon dolphin logo that they had back in the I think it was early 90s and 2000s, and then they rebranded in like 2012 or 2013 to the logo Miami has now, which is it's fine. I guess I like the other one better. I like a lot more of the older, like, I don't want to say cartoonish logos, but it's like, that's what it kind of felt like. It had a lot more character to it than what, a lot of these logos do now. Because you remember it, right? The old Rams logo before they moved, where it's, I can picture it, but I can't describe worth anything. So
Hmm.
I'm not even going to bother trying. So, but you remember it. And I think a lot of the people who
Yeah.
are going to be listening will remember that old Rams logo. It's like, that was pretty cool. Like that was pretty cool. And then the color scheme they had, I thought was pretty cool as well. And then when they moved over to this, royal Dodger blue, whatever, and the yellow, and I'm like, I don't
It's just a little
I just don't
uninspired.
like that. I just don't like that. But, going back to the Titans new logo, like I said, I think it's kind of lazy work, but yeah, I know you had your thoughts on it too.
Yeah, I do have my thoughts. I would say that they probably came up with a lot of different logos that were not so minimalistic. They definitely like I've thought about how they would try to do the flame on this, and with Oilers, like if they wanted, they were doing a couple things here with this new uniform. They wanted to get rid of all of the excess accent colors, like the silver and the dark blue. They wanted to stick with white, baby blue, Titans blue, as they're calling it, and red. Kind of stick with the Oilers theme. And with the flame, you can't have dark blue in the flame. You can't have silver in the flame. You can't have all these colors that are in it. Uh, if you are just trying to be stick to these colors, it just isn't going to work. So it's like, okay, they had a couple options here, and uh, simplifying the logo from what is already like someone people are already comfortable with. It's easily identifiable with the Titans. People know what this logo is. I identify
It's the
like
thumbtacks.
yeah, yeah, the Tennessee Thumbtacks. Um, there's probably that's why I'm guessing they did it. They just wanted to keep it the way it was, in a way, like keep the identity of the Titans that we've had for so long, while simplifying it, making the colors easier to pop. And I don't know. I think I really like it on a helmet. I'm really not
It
gonna go.
does look really good on a helmet. I do agree with you with that. But my only thing with that is I don't understand why they care so much. If that is the case, of course, this is all just speculation. And something that I wish they would kind of do is come out with potential like the finalists for the new logo and just like kind of release those and kind of give a fan vote. I feel like that would have been a really cool thing to do to kind of get everybody involved with it. Like a
It's like
lot of
what they
the
did for the
like
name in the
yeah,
when they first moved here.
it's like yeah, why not get the fans involved and let them kind of help decide, be like, hey, this is what a lot of the fans kind of like, but we make the decisions on what's kind of going to be those final 3, 5 finalists for it, and just like help, like have the
Six,
fans.
seven,
You're adopted.
six, seven
Uh,
finalists.
but have those however many finalists left over and just have the fans just give like a little fan vote. Doesn't have to be the final decision, but can be like the hey, this is what most of the fans like out of these decisions that out of these logos that we've come out with. So at the very least, gives people a little bit of an opportunity there. But I just keep going back to a lot of these logos now, or like going back to what I was saying. The Steelers, I think, are a really good example of they don't have their colorway only on their logo. They've got the fucking red and the blue in there as well, and it's like that's still an iconic logo, and it still looks good.
Yeah, it
Trying to
kind of gives
think of
that a
it.
pop, especially against the black background.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any of these other logos because so many of them now are just so minimalistic that where it's like it's like what the Titans did, where it's it's only the color scheme, the three colors in the colorway, where it's like with the Jets you've got, I think it's pretty much just like the white lettering and the green background. That's one of the worst logos, by the way. I think we talked about that, but it just doesn't look very good. The lettering on it looks awful. Um, the Rams, like I talked about. I guess technically they don't because they have like the gradient fade as like the horns go down, where it goes from like a brighter yellow to like a almost like a orange, almost like a dark orange is kind of what it looks like. It's almost like a I'm trying to describe the color, but it's like yellow down to gold is what it looks like, but it's like fading down to gold. That's kind of different, I guess, but like not really at the same time. But my point being is that most of the new logos you see now are not, they don't have that character. And I know that's kind of just, we've been talking about that, but still, I mean, the point still is there. Like, they don't have that character to it, like some of these older logos from like the late 90s or even all throughout their history, team's history. And going into the 2000s and 2010s, they just don't have that. They don't have any sort of creative flair to it, I guess. It's all just very basic, very minimalistic, and I don't know. I don't know. I just you can do a lot with it, but like you said, with the color scheme and with so many of these teams being minimalistic, that when you have that restriction of only being able to use those specific colors, use the white, the red, and the Titans blue, the baby blue on there, it makes it difficult to kind of have any sort of creative flair because it's all going to look very monotone. It's going to look very flat, and it's not really going to have any depth that you would find maybe with some of these if you were to be able to use different coloring. Like there's no reason to why you can't still have the two-tone blue still going with the Titans and the more navy blue. There's zero reason why you can't have that because it just we'll have to update our logo, by the way, with the old Titans logo, but
Yeah, and the name.
we'll be fine with that. It could be two-tone blue with the or two-tone with the red and blue. That's the two tones.
I guess so. Those
That's
are two different
perfect.
tones.
That's perfect,
Those
man.
are two different tones, I guess.
That's perfect, man. We're doing great at this. Start a Titans podcast.
Yeah,
The
and then the Titans are just like, "Oh, yeah, these guys started a podcast?"
a month before they come out with a new logo. That's so great.
Awesome.
That's
I'd
awesome.
love to
But
see a rendering of, like, instead of the red, make it a dark blue. I'd love to see what that looked like. Because, we've talked about this. I'm a big proponent of the two-tone blue. Keep it
yeah,
simple. I think for a long time I was of the opinion to remove the red accents unless you wanted to wear them as like shoes or something.
yeah,
Uh Now, am I gonna complain that we're Oilers colors? No,
no,
gonna be
because
quite happy.
it's a really good colorway. It's a really good color
But
scheme.
it just feels like I get we're doing this, right? We're merging the two franchises together. We're kind of making some unification. We're not gonna have the big separate. Bud Adams died. There's no hate anymore. Uh, Miss
Well,
Amy
there is
loves
some hate,
Houston. Yeah, there's some hate from Houston, but
some
I
hate
don't
from the
think.
Houston side of things, but
But like,
I think that's a
Bud
one way
Adams really
street.
wanted to separate the teams. He really wanted to be like, okay, like I own the Oilers stuff because it's my team. I literally paid for it and bought it. Uh, but we're gonna kind of reset, restart something new, and it worked. Win Super Bowl year one as the Titans, and you know, hopefully we can replicate this. It's not going to happen,
No,
but
probably not.
um,
But still, who knows?
I think improvement and excitement is all that you really need,
Yeah,
and this is what this is.
definitely. Like I said, I think this will become a lot more clear whenever the uniforms come out, especially because I think the expectation is that they're going to come out in the next, not next couple of weeks, but about like probably like the next month or
hmm
so. Definitely
I
before the
think
draft, but still
I think they're gonna save it. Hold on, we need to look up. Hold on, let's do a little investigative work.
investigative reporting.
2018 Titans jersey reveal. I think that was when we had the um April 4th. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was going
Okay.
to be closer to before the draft. And if
Yeah,
they do a live event, I'm going, by the way. If they
that'd be
go
pretty
do
sick.
something,
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty sick. But yeah, I'm kind of curious now on how this whole situation with the logo getting released is gonna affect that. I don't think it will, but it's kind of curious to
also we
see
need to
because hmm,
discuss that this could potentially not be the primary, is what has been reported.
hmm,
So this now, let's be honest, you don't put a secondary logo on a plush when every other team has their primary. But there has been like in the official reporting from A to Z, Easton Freeze, um, he said that this is not officially the primary, so it could be something
Okay.
else. We need to keep that as an open mind. Sorry to cut you off there, but I just wanted to say that before I forgot it for about the fifth time today.
Nice. Okay, so okay, that's interesting. My only thing is, this doesn't feel like a secondary logo. This doesn't
It
feel
does
like,
not.
you think about some of these more secondary logos, it's a lot more styled, a lot more creative in the sense of
Usually,
doing it. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example of it, and for the life of me, I can't. Um, either way, you get what I'm talking about, where it's a lot more styled, a lot more creative, a lot more, life into the logo than what you see. Like, I don't think anybody would look at the Packers logo and sit here and say, "Yeah, that's a secondary logo. Where's the main one at?" Nobody's gonna look at it and look at it in that way. And I don't
come on, it's a
think
Packers secondary. Come on.
what would the first one be? Just a block of cheese, I guess. Wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
Would it
What
be
are you
a
saying?
would it be a dude in a factory wearing a cheese head?
Yeah. What are you saying? Huh?
My fault.
Go Pack, go, baby.
Or here you go. The Browns. That's a good one because you got the helmet as like the primary logo, and then the little elf dude as the secondary. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the creature that sometimes appears on the middle of the field.
The the creature. Should have T-Rack as the secondary logo.
No, get rid of T-Rex, stupid ass.
What's
I've
wrong with
always hated
T-Rack,
T-Rex.
man? I love T-Rack.
I hate T-Rex.
Dude, what's your problem with T-Rack, man?
Like I look, T-Rex is lame, bro.
Dude, I remember when I was like
Oh, it's a raccoon. Shut
dude,
up.
I remember when I was like 6 years old, I was playing upward flag football, and at the very end of the season, which is stupid, by the way, they didn't count wins or losses. There's a participation shit. Stupid as hell, but
What's wrong with our generation?
dude came out, T-Rack came out. Got to take a picture with him. I don't know where it is. Probably got lost in the shuffle, but
T-Rex,
swag as
baby.
hell. It's T-Rack. What's your problem with T-Rack? Did you not like it when he ate the cheerleader?
No, that was awesome. I saw how much that blew up on Titans Twitter. That was what it has like 250,000 likes. I was like, holy crap.
Dude.
These are just little accounts that barely get 100 or so likes normally. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Engulfed.
250,000. Because it's that one where it's like, how long has it been 5,267 days since you last dated a Titans cheerleader? Yeah, I don't know, bullshit. I'm just being
No,
stupid.
no, I know what you're
And it's
talking
like,
about. Yes. Dude, T-Rex swag as hell, man. I don't know what your problem is with him.
nah, dude, T-Rex sucks. Like, let's be real. The best Titans, not Titans, Tennessee like mascot is Nash for sure.
Oh,
Everyone fucking loves Nash.
love Nash. I think
Everyone loves.
Smokey's. I
I
think
love
Smokey's
Nash.
pretty sick. I think Smokey's cool. It's not Nashville, but still.
The dog,
Yeah,
the dog that's just in a
I meant like the actual
house.
dog, not the mascot, but like Smokey the dog. I think the live animal mascots are cool in college football.
Yeah, they just keep dying of heart attacks. Like they're just.
I mean, if you were a dog who's got like what I forget what is it like 10, 20 times sensitive ears
We're
hearing going to a stadium with it's like consistently sitting at 100 decibels of sound, getting their ears blown out every game. So if they do make it into retirement, they're gonna be deaf at like 6 because they're just
dude, hold on.
sitting
We're on
in.
Smoky 10 right now. Like Jesus
When did
Christ.
they start? When did they start doing that? When did they start? Hold
No,
on.
we're not even on Smoky 10. We're past Smoky 10. What Smoky are we on? Jesus Christ. We're on Smoky 11.
Nice, man. What just happened? No, get on my face. 1953. So, I mean,
It's, it's
you
just
gotta
a
think.
dog.
I mean, well, when you think about it, like none of these dogs, they generally. Well, I don't know. I don't. they might die from heart attacks. I hope not. But like, I think you see it with a bunch of these dogs. Like I know Miss Rev over at Texas A&M, she got retired because I think she had like her eye got fucked up, couldn't see, like couldn't see through one of her
That's the
eyes.
worst dog mascot because that dog looks
Really?
terrifying. Yeah,
That's
it's
Uga,
awful.
dude. Uga looks awful.
No, dude, like
What?
bulldogs are
You're
disgusting, but
insane.
like they just have like an air about them, you know.
Yeah, and they're being
They
stupid fucking looking. That's what they
no,
have.
dude,
They look
no. Texas A&M,
stupid.
whatever that dog is terrifying. Looks taxidermied. It looks barely real.
It looks cool.
Smokey's the best out of all three of those for sure.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. But
The old coonhound.
blue tick.
Get him up a tree, man.
Hey, I can't believe you said that. That Uga looks better than Miss Rev. That's crazy. That's
Dude,
an
okay,
ugly dog. That is an ugly
bulldogs just
dog.
have a thing, okay? I don't like them, but they are just funny, and I like that. They just like,
Dude, you
you
remember?
know,
I think it was 2018. Whenever Georgia was playing Texas in the Sugar Bowl, and Bevo tried to trample
yeah,
Uga. Tried to
that was pretty
trample.
good.
You just see the camera turn over and Uka start running away. We can't run very far because it's on a leash. And you just see Bevo come into the frame where it's just running over. It's like, oh my god!
And then you see the Sooner wagon flip
That was awesome.
in the
I got,
background.
I got a, I got, I got a, I got blocked by PETA because of that. I got blocked by PETA because of that because that was the same time whenever they had just I think it was just like a couple months beforehand they had just posted something about Steve Irwin basically saying like yeah he deserved to fucking die that scumbag and just they got
Like, oh
torn to
yeah,
shreds because of it
they did.
and whenever they posted after the schooner fell over I tweeted at him I was like maybe after the Steve Irwin incident they learned to shut the fuck up and then I got blocked. So let's see if I can let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But it's I can't believe you said that. Ralphie's the coolest animal mascot though. The
Who's
buffalo,
Ralphie?
the Colorado's mascot, the buffalo that runs on
Yeah,
the field. You
yeah,
can't
that
beat
one's pretty
that.
sick.
You can't beat
Honestly,
that.
if we're going live mascot, uh, really the coolest. I mean, not to say like he's an animal or anything, but
It's swag as hell.
oh, there you go. The
It's cool,
Seminole,
dude.
the Seminole is definitely the coolest.
That's pretty sick. But Ralphie's a buffalo, dude. You're right. He just goes a full on sprint onto the
Yeah,
field.
a Seminole would like use its skin for a pelt and its spleen for a bottle. Like, let's be
Yeah, like
real here.
I'm not saying who would win in a fight.
Well, I am.
We
This is
know
how
who would
I
win in a
determine
fight.
things. Except for Beef, or except for Beefy or whatever the dog's name is, Georgia dog.
Uga,
Yeah, Ugga, yes.
dude, Uga would lose every single fight that it goes into because all you have to do is get
No,
behind it, and dude, its turn radius is probably worse than a fucking Chevy truck.
it is.
It's just waddling around. It's awful. I'm
I
trying to think, are there
dude,
any
I
more
love
like?
Ugga.
Are there, you're insane. That's such a fucking ugly dog.
It's just cause yeah, cause he's ugly and like he's just jacked up.
Oh,
You know?
hold on. Mike the Tiger's got a pretty good case for it too. The live
Yeah,
tiger that LSU has on campus.
yeah. That one is pretty
There are a lot
sick.
of really good ones. But why don't we get a live mascot for Tennessee? Bring a raccoon onto the field.
Yeah, dude, just have a raccoon on a leash because he eats out of trash. Just get rabies.
Just you let him run rampant into the stands. If you get bit by him, then you get free season tickets for the year.
Dude, we gotta call up Zeus. That's what we need to call. We need to call up Kronos or something. But speaking of that, the Titans are. It's been reported the Titans are moving away
That's stupid.
from the Greek mythology,
That's
and
stupid.
I have I've come around to the idea. I think the Titans mythology, the Greek mythology, was like a super cool, unique thing in sports. But to be honest, no one thinks of Nashville and Greek mythology other than the Parthenon. Now it's a pretty major building, pretty
Yeah.
historically significant building, pretty awesome building. If you've never been, it's a very cool experience. I would recommend going. Um, but I've heard some opinions. I've heard some things here and there. no one thinks about Nashville and
Yeah,
Greek mythology
that
anymore.
makes sense.
Maybe at one point because we were called the Athens of the South. I have never heard a single person say that ever, except for when we're referring to like the Nashville of old. Um, and we're much more based into music. We're like that's why I am 99% sure, and I think you predicted this a long time ago, and I wasn't quite there yet. The rivalry uniform will be a Nashville music scene
Oh,
based uniform.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that was probably going to be with this now. It might be. It's like it might be Greek based with them going away from it, but no, it's probably going to be. It's going to be Music City based because you think
And
about.
it's gonna have dark blue.
I hope so. They go back to the two tone. We can keep this alive, but uh, yeah, I think when you think of Nashville, you think of Music City. You think of country music and things like that. And with so many of these different rivalry jerseys, a lot of them have something sort of based around the area of it. Like, right, I think Buffalo's like probably one of the better examples. Them in Arizona, where they have Arizona's got like the desert uniforms, and then Buffalo's got like the icy whites. Which, of course, I saw somebody on the other video we did of this say that Buffalo's not building a dome. Technically, they're right. They're building. It's kind of like what SoFi is, where it's like a canopy style, but it's going to be indoors essentially. They're gonna have like the it's gonna have like the roof over top of it, and then you'll have like the little gaps all around it with like pillars, and then you'll have the stadium. But it'll be
I thought the
indoors.
top was open.
No,
I looked it up after he said that. I thought the top was open, so it's like if anything's falling like vertically, it
no, I
should.
don't think so.
I am pretty sure because after he looked, because I didn't know. I just kind of went along with what you said. I had no idea. Um,
I'm almost positive they're doing that because I've seen so many things where it's like there's going to be no more snow games in Buffalo anymore, and there's
I
no
think
shot
people
that
were
they.
just saying that when they thought it was a dome. I've looked it up.
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty
guess it
sure it's
is.
open at the top.
I guess I'm retarded. Either way, my fault to that dude. I'm wrong. I'll own that one hand up. That's my fault.
Yeah,
It is in fact a
disgusting. Hey,
canopy. It's well, I guess I did say it was canopy, but
it will definitely lessen the winter
yeah,
effects,
and I
but
think
it's gonna be open still. It'll be cold as shit.
yeah, yeah, my fault. I thought it was a dome because like no more snow games in Buffalo, and it's like
Yeah, that was Twitter
that's
people just
stupid.
saying stuff, which we all get caught up in that.
It wasn't even Twitter people. It was like people on like NFL Network saying that with all the with everything that happened during the AFC Championship with Denver and New England. It's like oh
And that was so awful, wasn't it? That wasn't an entertaining game at all because of the weather. Ugh, awful. It's
yeah
not because,
the
the starting quarterback broke his ankle beforehand. You serious?
and the Patriots got gifted 7 points by the backup quarterback by throwing
Yep.
it backwards for some reason, like a fucking moron.
Come on, man.
And still couldn't do anything offensively when the weather wasn't bad at all. I think they moved it past
Patriots deserve to
midfield
be
like
there.
twice. Yeah, I think they deserve the final score too. But I think it's getting to that point. I think you've got to go pretty soon. So we can have our parting thoughts here on the new logo. I like it. I think
Rated out
we
of 1 out of 10 here. Let's
one
see.
out of 10. I'll give it a 5. I don't think it's as good as the old logo. I still think it looks good. Like in the rendering here, where the dude, put it on a helmet with the Oilers helmet, I think it looks good. I just like the other logo better, and I don't think I can really rate it any higher. I'm sure as time goes, I'll probably shine a better light on it. But for now, it's just I don't know. I can't really do it any higher than a 5, just because it seems lazy. I like the older one better, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I agree with you in the fact that I feel like there could have been more done, but with the ideas that they're going for and trying to make it a little bit, the longevity is a little bit further. Because I mean, old Titans logo, it eventually fell into place, but we weren't around, right? We weren't around when it was unveiled. We weren't, I, we weren't born yet. So
No.
it's one of those things at the time we don't really know what was said about it, what people were saying. My dad, speaking of the fact, he loves when I shout him out. My dad has been an
Shout out.
advocate to get rid of the Flames. He's like, "The
That's
Flames suck."
crazy.
He's been around since he was an Oilers fan. My dad's been an Oilers fan since he was, like, in the '70s, you
Really?
know?
The
Yeah.
guy from Indiana.
Indiana didn't have a team at the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. It would have been Baltimore, wouldn't it? They
Yeah.
would have been in Baltimore
So,
with the Colts.
now when
Still,
Baltimore moved to Indianapolis, he definitely kinda watched the Colts because that's all he could get on TV, and he kinda fell away from the Oilers. But, when he had cable, he would watch the Oilers and then was a Titans fan and lived in Nashville. Uh, he's always been an Oilers Titans fan. So I trust his opinion even though it's wrong sometimes. That's okay.
I think this is one of
Uh,
those cases. I think he's wrong. The Flames look sick.
I like the Flames a lot. I think it's really grown on people. Now, the people on Twitter whining and crying, pretending they've always liked it, just there's no way. I've never heard a single compliment from anyone. I've been a huge advocate for the logo. I have always loved the logo. And I think a lot of the younger generation has because we grew up with it. That's all we've ever known.
Yeah.
And, I've got buddies that are like, so when one of my buddies, we go and like vintage, like look for old Titans Oilers stuff, and he always gets the Titan stuff. He's like, the Flame tee looks sick. He doesn't go for the Oilers stuff. He always goes for the Titan stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I respect that. He's like, yeah, I just love the Flame tee, and it's like, okay, cool. But to give my rating after that long spiel,
Long-winded spiel.
um,
Soapbox.
I think I'm gonna go 6.5. 6.5. I like it. So if five, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more objective here. I would probably rate it higher if it was from my heart instead of an objective thing. Um, I miss the Flames. I love the Flames. If there was a way that they could have incorporated that, then it probably would have been a little bit higher. But I don't think it's uninspired. I don't feel like it was really lazy. I feel like it was very intentional to try to keep it streamlined while keeping an air of the past. They had to find a way to unify, new stuff, modern stuff with old stuff, and this is the way they could do it. And I appreciate that. They probably went over this a million times and it was hard, and it doesn't look bad. Here's the other
No,
thing.
it doesn't.
This could have been bad. We could have been pissed off. Like that this is the thing. It's like I'm happy. And if it's rated like this now, you can almost guess that it's going to go up a point or two at the end of the year after you've seen it on the uniform for a while.
Yeah. I think once I get used to it a little bit more, I'm sure like I said, it'll be garnered in a different light. But yeah, I think yeah, no, I agree with you. I do agree from an objective stance. I do like the Flames. I sent it to you on Twitter, but it was the we're we're worried about losing recipes, and it's the old logo, with the new one on the bottom.
We're out here losing recipes, bro. Yeah, is that NFL fashion advice? Is that what his name is?
I think so. Hold
'Cause
on.
That
Yeah.
guy's a that guy's the biggest, like, he's not even a Titans fan. He's the biggest advocate for the old Titans logo I've ever seen. He's been saying that for years. For years, he's been saying that.
Nice.
And like I've been like, yes, sir. Finally, someone, a little objective opinion thinks our logo's good.
Oh, here's the Rams logo. I'll just pull it up on here. The
Yeah, that
Rams logo.
logo sucks.
Yeah, and I think you compare that. I'm gonna go ahead and look. I just saw it on Twitter because I was looking through his Twitter. You compare that to the older Rams logo. That just looks so much better. It's hard to see. You can't really get the colors on it,
Classic.
but still, it looks good. That looks good. And the old Rams and the newer one just it sucks. It takes all the life out of it.
And I think the neon yellow with the royal blue on the helmet looks bad.
Yeah.
All you have to do is tweak the colors a little bit. I mean, how hard is it to mess up having a giant ram on your helmet? Ram horn? I mean, that's pretty sick.
Apparently pretty easy well, I
I
guess
mean,
yeah. Yeah.
it shouldn't be, but it's how
For
it is.
the people running because I'm sure it's almost all upper management that are just being like, we need to make this board.
Has any uniform in the last 10 years that's been changed been liked and stuck with? I think the Jets are the only one that I can remember that changed it, but they changed it later. Theirs was like a couple years ago now. It's been like 4 or 5
Um,
years. I don't think any team has stuck with them.
I mean,
Other than if it's like a
it
minor
wasn't.
tw I'm not counting like, "Oh, we took this purple and did this with the soda pad."
I'm trying to
If, like,
think.
you can barely tell a difference. That's not what I'm talking about.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think every single one of them's been kind of brought in bad faith is kind of what it sounds like. Just because,
People want the '90s, man. People want the '80s and
yeah,
'90s. Bring the colors back. I mean, look
maybe
at the Seahawks
the
throwbacks.
maybe the
Beautiful.
Texans, their new helmet, like I don't think they actually did anything to the jerseys, but they brought like the red helmet, like
The
the.
Texans actually changed uniforms, like, a year ago.
I was trying to remember if they did or not. Obviously, it wasn't that noticeable if I didn't notice, but I do remember the helmet whenever they came out with that with like the chrome. It was almost like a chrome red helmet.
Mhm.
It looks sick. It looks really
It does
cool.
look good.
But outside of that, I can't really think of anything that anybody liked because I don't think anybody liked the Rams. Nobody liked the Jets.
Nope.
Nobody liked the
Mm,
Falcons. Uh, I'm just
no
trying to
one liked the
think.
Titans. No one liked the Titans. I
Yeah.
never liked the Titans. I think the Titans Navy helmet looked awful. That's why I've never bought a mini helmet for the I have a bunch of mini helmets for the white one. I never liked the navy. I remember when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, great.
Did people like?
Awesome."
Did people like the? When did the Lions? I know the Lions sort of had a rebrand of their uniforms. Did anybody like that? I don't know. That
See,
was
I
when they
can't
sucked
remember.
because I don't think anybody really noticed.
I would
Anyways,
say that's pretty successful. I would say it's simple. I think the Lions logo and the Lions
well,
uniform was great.
They didn't change the logo. I think it was just the uniforms.
I think
Is
they look
what they
good.
changed. Yeah, they did
The
because I
silver and
remember.
light blue.
Yeah, because I remember it was different with Megatron and Matt Stafford than it was with this new like Jared Goff and them. It was different, and I think it looks good. I think it's good. Like going back 10 years, I don't think anybody liked Miami's. I think even now people still don't like it. Like whenever they come out with those stupid fucking like all white uniforms. They look dumb. I just don't really care for it. They don't. They don't look all that great to me. The colorway's great, but like they just don't look all that good to me. But I think that's it, right? We're done
Yeah,
now.
pretty much. We said our
Guys
thoughts.
gotta guys gotta go to work here. I don't work today, so that's all from us. New Titans rebranded logo over to our right. I mean, it looks like a logo, man. It looks like a logo, but that's all from us. We'll be back Wednesday to go on ahead and talk about some free agency and trades potentially for the Titans with free agency coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Going to want to stick around for that. For Ethan, right above me, I'm Ryan Smith. Thank you so much for watching.